All right, what is going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Week 15 predictions. We are already in Week 15, and at this point, I don't know if there will be a Week 15 with how many COVID cases are running wild around the league, especially for some of these early games. But nonetheless, we are welcomed by a special guest back to the channel, man, a Cowboys fan. Dkary, what's good, boss?
I'm good, especially since I got number one in both of the fantasy leagues.
Well, good for you. Unfortunately, I did not make the playoffs for our league, so, I suppose good luck in that.
Thank you. I tried to get a collusion trade going, but I was denied by Dan.
Hey, I'm just trying to win, you know?
Yeah.
But Thursday Night Football, we got a damn good one. We got the Chiefs at the Chargers. Your prediction?
Chargers 29-24.
Okay, Chargers. That's interesting. Chargers could definitely give the Chiefs a run for their money. Chargers are a top team, or they could be a top team in the future. I'll just go with the Chiefs. I think it's still hard to bet on the Chiefs, especially right now. They're trying to push for a number one seed. I think the Chargers keep it close, though. Let's go Kansas City, 33-27.
See, this game could go either way for a Thursday night game. It's actually a good Thursday night game for once, but I think I'm just gonna go with the safe bet, quote unquote, and go with Kansas City. It's kind of hard to bet against them, and they've stepped up big time. And the Chargers, they have good games here and there, but against Kansas City, a division rival, even in their home, I don't know if they're going to be able to get it done. But I'm gonna go with Kansas City here. Let's go 36-29, high scoring game.
And this week, we actually have some Saturday games, which is a little refreshing. So we didn't have to wait all the way to Sunday. Saturday, we open up with the Raiders at the Browns. Your prediction?
Browns by a score 13-12. Low scoring game.
You don't think that a lot of these COVID cases that the Browns are suffering will come into effect?
I think the Raiders is a bad team, so by that logic, I'll pick the Browns, even with their injuries.
Right. I think just because of that, because I know Baker's out, or he might be out. Landry might be out. They could still heavily rely on their rushing game. None of them have been hurt outside of some offensive linemen, but I'll go the Raiders here. I think that will come into effect. Give me Las Vegas, 23-20.
I think because of these cases that are coming out, they got like over 15-some people right now on the COVID-19 list. Some more could pop up. We don't know yet. We'll just have to wait and see. But because of that, I don't know how much the Browns' backups are really going to do against the Raiders. They're definitely trying to win, trying to get it done, trying to fight for a playoff spot. So I think I'm going to go with Vegas here and 26-20.
Saturday Night Football. We got a good one. We got the Patriots at the Colts. Man, Colts got a tough game trying to remain in the playoffs. Your prediction?
I can't go against the Patriots. I'm going to go with a score 21-18. No, 21-7.
Okay. See, I almost want to go Indianapolis here because I think they can really pull off the upset. They did against the Bills. They've played tough the last number of games after a rough start. But I'll go New England just because, it's Belichick and company. They're really playing their butts off. So let's go New England, 26-21. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts pull off the upset.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. But, the Patriots, they've gone on a massive win streak since starting 2-4. They're one of the teams that are just unbeatable, I'd say, right now. The offense gets into rhythm week by week. The defense is one of the best in the league. And the Colts offense, they got a lot of guys. Carson Wentz has done very well. Jonathan Taylor leads the way at running back. He leads the league in rushing yards right now. Michael Pittman has come into his own as the number one wide receiver, but the Patriots are just very dominant, very strong right now. I think they actually come away with the victory against Indianapolis, 24-21.
Sunday games, we open up with the Cowboys at the Giants. As a Cowboys fan, I'm very interested to hear your take on this.
Prescott is 8-2 versus the Giants. He's never lost to them since his rookie season. So out of that reason, I'm going with the Cowboys by a score 34-21.
Okay, so by 21 points, is that garbage time?
No, I think they're going to keep it close in the first and second, and then after halftime, it's just going to be a flood.
Okay. Well, normally when it comes to the Cowboys and Giants, the Cowboys have always done well, and I think they'll remain the same. I got Dallas here by a score of 36-10. I'm not even joking, bro.
I mean, I got Dallas winning here, although I think for this game, I think the Giants will try to fight. They will try to win, but I don't think they come out with a victory. I think Dallas does leave with a win by a score of 28-25. I do think this game could be very close.
I think one thing's for sure is we could definitely see Diggs get double-digit interceptions here.
I think Micah gets 3 sacks, and he might be in the conversation. Defensive Player of the Year.
I'll give Parsons this. He is a difference maker. He has how many games now? 6 straight games with a sack, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But Defensive Player of the Year, I don't know. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I mean, there's no question.
I don't know. Parsons making a strong case. I'll give him that.
If he can break that record, the sack record, I feel like he has a chance.
I mean, he's got a long way to do it, though.
One thing's for sure. Parsons, people are putting him in the conversation. We all know he's not going to win it. TJ Watt's always going to be in the conversation. I'm not even sure if he's going to win it this year, so it might just go up to Myles Garrett or even Aaron Donald again, for all we know.
Nonetheless,
though, we have an awful game. We have the Texans at the Jags. I don't really want to give a prediction for this game because who gives a shit, but what's your prediction?
As a Jags fan, as a part Jags fan, I'm going to go with the Texans by a score of 24-0.
Yeah, the Jags are just a mess. Like a complete mess. Nothing in there. Nothing in that area. Nothing about that team is good at all. So, yeah, I'll go the Texans here. They get a victory 17-10.
I'm going to go with Houston. Jacksonville, I mean, like, what the hell just happened? Like, what's going on? Like, it's crazy over there. It is. I don't see Jacksonville beating Houston. I got Houston winning 20-7, and it would not surprise me if after this game, Urban Meyer gets fired.
As he should. Next game, we have the Titans at the Steelers. We will actually be at this game. Dkary, what's your prediction here?
I'm going to go Steelers by a score of 28-21. Chase Claypool having 4 touchdowns.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'll tell you what, that would easily get him in good graces with a lot of Steel Nation again if that were to happen. But when I look at this game, man, I pray the Steelers make change, especially with the situation they're in and the whole playoff scenarios and everything. But I just don't know. I think this is going to be a rewind of what we saw last number of weeks. I'm going to go Tennessee. 27-24. I think we keep it close.
Unfortunately, I do have to agree. I mean, I hope this team comes out hot and fired up and with a true mentality like, hey, we got to win. Like, we can't be playing around. We have to set the tone early and try to get something going on the field. But Tennessee, they ain't no joke. They ain't no push-up. Yeah, like, they're a good team. They really are, even with the injuries that they're sustaining. I have to go Tennessee here, 29-23.
Next game, we got the Jets at the Dolphins. Is this a no-brainer, or do you see the Jets pulling off a quote-unquote upset?
I have the Dolphins. They've been really good these last few weeks. We have the Dolphins by a score of 22-8.
Yeah, the Dolphins started, I forget what they started with, but I think they've won 5 straight games now. So they
were like 1-5.
Yeah, so they've definitely done better the last number of weeks, especially Tua. So I'll give them that. Jalen Waddle's getting involved. I'll go Miami here. I like their chances in this one, 24-13.
Now, Miami themselves are dealing with somewhat of a COVID outbreak. Like, I think the only running back they have available right now is Duke Johnson that they signed off their practice squad. And they are getting some positive COVID cases coming out pretty much every day. But I think Miami still comes out with a victory. I don't trust the Jets. I don't think Zach Wilson's really going to do anything against the Dolphins defense that has stepped up, has gone pressure on quarterbacks and gotten turnovers. I think Miami gets the victory here, 27-13.
We have an NFC East battle once again. We got the football team at the Eagles. From a Cowboys standpoint, what's your prediction?
I'm going with Washington. They gave the Cowboys a fight, and the Eagles got blown up by the Cowboys. So by that logic, I'm going to take the football team by a score of 3-0. Both these teams suck.
3-0. That'd be the most boring game ever. No, but I agree. Let's go Washington, 23-20. I like their chances. I just don't know with the Eagles. I know they've done better these last number of weeks. Hurts is doing solid, but I think their hype can only last so long. And the football team, they got a lot to, they got a lot of momentum going their way with all the injuries and how they started and the whole Heineke ride. Yeah, give me Washington here.
So the thing with Philly is they show up in some games, but then sometimes they don't. They're very inconsistent. They very are. And the football team, they were on a good winning streak until they did lose to the Cowboys, which really ain't no shame because Dallas is pretty good this year. But I don't know. For this game, I had to do a coin flip realistically because I actually didn't know who to pick because I don't really know who's going to win this game. But I think I'm just gonna go with the home team and pick Philly. I think this is one of these weeks where Philly's going to show up and play competitively and might even get the win. So for this game, I'm actually going to go Philadelphia 23-20 in a close game.
Next game, we have a definite lock of the week. We have the Cardinals at the Lions. The 1-11-1 Lions. The 1-1-1-1 Lions.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick the Lions. I really want to pick the Lions, so I'm not going to. I'll pick the Cardinals by sort of. After how they played last week, 21-18.
He had me in the first half, not gonna lie. Cardinals blow this team out, 37-13. The Lions are just, they're garbage.
I mean, come on. After a devastating loss that the Cardinals sustained against the Rams, they're definitely going to want to get their frustrations off on somebody, and unfortunately that is the Lions. And sorry, Lions, but I got to go with Arizona, obviously, 34-10.
Next game, we have the Panthers at the Bills. Could this be another lock of the week?
The Panthers are 0-11 in the last 11 games. I can't miss started for them. Still, I'm taking the Bills. I'll score 42-10. Cam Newton to get one rushing touchdown.
Yeah, Bills are 7-6, and I mean they've had their good and bad games, but in this one they're going to step it up for sure. Try to remain in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, definitely.
Give me Buffalo for sure. 31-9.
Yeah, I mean Buffalo definitely needs a big bounce back game. They definitely have to get some wins under their belt consistently. And I think they do it in this game against the Panthers, in which, they had that little hype with Cam Newton coming back, but he just has been getting benched for P.J. Walker, and Sam Darnold may come back, but that's just not going to help. I don't say the Panthers doing much in this game. Let's go with Buffalo, 31-14.
Speaking of playoff hunts, man, the AFC playoff hunt is wild, and two teams that are definitely in there are the Bengals and the Broncos. This should be a very interesting one. What's your prediction?
I don't like the Broncos, so pick the... Who's the other team?
Bengals or Broncos?
Bengals by a score of 34-31.
Okay. I can see this kind of being somewhat of a shootout just because both rushing offenses are dynamic, and I'm sure that's what both teams are going to rely on. But obviously the Bengals just have more power in the passing game, and their defense is better. So give me Cincinnati 28-23.
Yeah, I got to agree. I think this game could be very competitive, at least in the first half, but I think Cincinnati definitely picks it up in the second half and pretty much seals the deal and does get a victory, unfortunately. I do kind of hope that the Broncos get the victory so it helps our standings in the division, but I think Cincinnati is just too good right now. They were kind of knocked off their high horse for a little bit, but I think they'll get back on it, and Cincinnati will go on a roll in this game. Let's go 33-21. Bengals.
Every time I look at the Falcons record, I don't believe it. They're 6-7. How? Where? I don't see it. But they faced the 49ers. What's your prediction?
Niners by 21. 34-23.
Niners are on a hot streak right now. Samuel's having a breakout year. Kittle's had back-to-back 150-plus yard games. Their rushing attack is still dynamic no matter who they got in there. Elijah Mitchell, for a 6th-round rookie, is completely outperformed. I like the Niners' role so far. They're going to keep it going against the Falcons team that is just they have some gems here and there, but they're just overall not a good team.
No.
But, yeah, let's go Niners. 29-20.
Yeah, for this game, though, I'm going to go with San Francisco, but I can see Atlanta definitely fighting and definitely keeping it competitive. I think Patterson has a good game. I think Pitts has a good game. I can even see Russell Gage have a good game. But I think San Francisco's offense, against a mediocre Falcons defense, I think they do great. I think Kittle has another great game. Samuel, Mitchell, maybe even IU, guys like that, I think they can have good games against. I think this could be a very highly offensive football game in this one, but I think San Francisco does leave with a victory at home, 29-26.
Another good rivalry game. It's the NFC West, man. We got the Seahawks at the Rams. The Seahawks have won 2 straight. It seems like everyone's getting their hopes up because they could potentially win out. Against the Rams, though, I don't see it, but what's your prediction?
Rams by a score of 35-28. Cooper Cup gets 3 touchdowns. Odell gets 1.
I can totally see Kupp having 3 touchdowns. That's very realistic because Kupp is on a roll. He is the triple leader in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. The dude's a machine this year. It seems like Matthew Stafford has his new toy, and boy, is he just – there's no way he's not going to,
target them. They're unstoppable. They're an unstoppable duo.
Against the Seahawks secondary, that is one of the worst in the league, and they don't have Adams for the rest of the year. Not that that matters, but – yeah, let's go LA here. But this game, normally with these games, they're kind of low because this rivalry, is always competitive. But the Rams have always had the Seahawks number. So give me LA here, 24-18.
See, I'm going to think opposite. I do think that this could be somewhat high scoring and very close.
It depends if Ramsey's back.
It does depend on Ramsey back. And in the Rams, too, they themselves do have somewhat of a COVID outbreak. OBJ just got tested positive for COVID, so... But I think in general, I think the Rams are still going to come out with a victory. I think they get the job done at home. Let's go 30-23.
Next game, we should have on paper, it seems like a good one, but I don't think Lamar's going to be playing, so who knows how this is going to turn out. We have the Packers at the Ravens. Your prediction?
If Lamar's playing, the Ravens will win. If he doesn't play, by a score of 24-21. It'll be kind of low scoring. What a rank.
I just think because Lamar's out, the Ravens won't really stand much of a chance for sure, and they're just getting injuries every freaking week at this point. So it seems like the Ravens, their momentum, props to them for getting this far and the record they're having, but at some point now they're going to start diminishing because there's just too many injuries to overcome. Yeah, Green Bay wins here, 30-17.
I think even if Lamar does play, because he's not necessarily out yet, he's day-to-day, I think, as of right now. But even if Lamar plays, I think it's still going to be a challenge because Green Bay's defense has been playing good recently. Rasul Douglas, ever since he was signed off the practice squad, he's done very well. I think they should have Jaire Alexander come back very soon, maybe even for this game. And if that's the case, that could be huge. That would pretty much make Green Bay's defense completely full and healthy for the most part. And Green Bay's offense, it speaks for itself. They can get it done. They can score. I got Green Bay here, 35-28. If Lamar plays, I do think that it can be somewhat high scoring, but I think Green Bay still plays.
Sunday Night Football, we have another rivalry game here. The NFC South, we have the Saints at the Buccaneers. Taysom Hill will start, I believe, his 3rd straight game, but the Buccaneers are just too high right now. What's your prediction?
Yeah, the Bucs by a score of 25-21.
Do you think this is closer just based on the rivalry aspect?
Yeah.
I can see it because I know the Saints swept them last year and then lost to them in the playoffs, but of course their team was a lot better last year and they had guys healthier. This team's just not so much. 6-7, it's not too bad looking at it, but I don't know how much longer their decent ride's going to last here as the season gets later. So, yeah, give me Tampa Bay 27-14.
Yeah, the Saints started off very good. That's because their defense is great. I feel like their defense is one of the best in the league. It's just that the amount of injuries that they sustained on offense just bit them in the ass, and they have not recovered. They don't have a true quarterback whatsoever. Even when Winston was in there, their offense wasn't producing anything on the field. And, they beat the Buccaneers earlier with a pick 6 by the Saints to pretty much seal the deal. But for this one, the Saints have not been recovering from the injuries they sustained on offense, and the offense cannot get anything going. Tyson Hill could play, or Simeon, or whoever. They should pretty much put Sean Payne at quarterback and just hope for the best for this one.
Or Kevin James.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's funny, but I got Buccaneers. I think the Saints defense can keep it close early on, but I think that the Saints offense ain't going to do anything, and the Saints defense is going to be too tired to hold down the Buccaneers offense. I got Tampa Bay 27-17.
And to close out Week 15, guys, we got Monday Night Football with another rivalry game here. The NFC North. Yes, we have the Vikings at the Bears, man. The Vikings are really fighting for a playoff spot right now. So what's your prediction?
Vikings by a score of 24-3.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears might stand somewhat of a chance, but the Vikings are too high right now, and they're on a decent roll. So, yeah, I like Minnesota in this matchup, but I think it's close just based on the rivalry aspect, and it's always Minnesota. They always got to keep these games close. So, Minnesota still wins, though, pulls out the victory. It could come down to the wire, 25-22.
I'll say this about the Bears. Their offense has been playing a little bit better lately, but I don't think they're still that good enough of a team to beat the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings themselves, I feel like they're a competitive team. I don't think they're a great team, but they are a competitive team, and they do tend to blow leads. But I think for this one, Minnesota does escape with a victory and a pretty close game, 31-27.
Anyway, guys, that was our Week 15 predictions. Let's know your guys' game predictions in the comments below. Dkary, want to thank you for your time and your predictions. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I will beat Dictate in the redraft this week.
Alrighty, well, Dictate, I don't know if you're watching this, you probably are, but he's calling you out, so that should be interesting. But thanks to Dkary, and although you are a Cowboys fan, you are entered in the Troy Polamalu jersey giveaway, so good luck in that. Otherwise, Rob, you can sign us out.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace!
Peace.